Hey there guys, I'm SonicGhost and welcome back to some more Let's Play Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. Last time, we defeated the boss of Snowhead Temple, got his remains, and we turned in our stray fairies and got ourselves double magic here in the N64 version, and also the Great Spin Attack in the 3DS version. So now both versions have the exact same Great Fairy rewards, and now we are ready with these rewards to continue onwards. So in today's video, we're going to do a little bit of extra stuff here in Snowhead before we leave the area. So first things first, we're going to go back over to the mountain village here. And we're going to make our way over to Goron village, as now that it is spring, we want to see what's different in that area. For starters, I do need to note here in the mountain village specifically, there's not as much ice as there used to be. In fact, there's no ice now. So be very careful where you roll around as a Goron, as it's very easy to fall in the water and void out. So do your best not to fall in the water, and same goes for this stretch here, going into Goron village. This also has a lot of water, and I'm about ready to fall into it just like that. Yep. So that's what happens. Don't do that. Nice bounce off the wall, Goron Link. That's not what we want to do right now. Let's try this again. This time I'm not bouncing off the wall, and I almost did the same thing again. It would have been bad. Goron racetrack ahead. The race season is currently underway. Yeah, it's underway, but there's a little bit of a giant issue here. Got a boulder block in the entry point to the racetrack. Ah, Darmani. And it's nice and warm out. I'm much better. Even if my dad isn't right beside me, I won't be selfish and cry. So, now that spring has come, the Goron races should be starting soon. But this rock is in the way, so I can't get in to see the race. And spring's just started too. I was so excited. But there's nothing I can do. I hate it! I hate it! I want to see it! I want to see it! I want to see the race! Calm down, kid. We'll find a way to get this boulder out. Just please, no more crying. No more. We already had enough of that earlier. We don't need more crying. Please, stop. Oh, hey, would you look at that? It's a normal Wolfos. Finally get to see one of these in action. Doesn't like his tail to be touched, which we already know that, although the stupid Gwei is kind of being a bit of an issue, too. Alright, well, that's one way to kill Wolfos. Drown it. You know what? Sure. So we could have stabbed it in the tail, and that would have instantly killed it, or it could just drown itself. That works, too. As you see, though, when it falls in the water, it still lives, so it doesn't really matter much. Here we can see that the Goron Shrine is actually opened up now, so we don't need to use the Goron Pound to get in, which is very nice. It's warm enough now that the Gorons feel comfortable about having this place opened up. And now that it's spring, let's see if the prices here in the shop are any better. Huh? Darmani? Welcome. You didn't go to the races? Nah, I kinda can't right now, sorry. But would you look at that? 10 bombs are 10 rupees, 10 arrows are 20 rupees, and a red potion's 50 rupees. So in the springtime, they're not price gouging anymore. In fact, their prices are actually reasonable now. If you want items in the Goron shop, buy them in spring because they're way cheaper now than they used to be. And they're a lot more reasonable, so I would recommend buying items now here. But that's really all I wanted to pop in the shrine for, because there's nothing really different in that area now. Outside of the shop prices, everything else is about the same. But over here is where I want to make my way next, because this is the Goron Powder Key shop. New customers will be tested on proper usage. The shopkeeper. Outer keg, you say? That's something I haven't heard of before. And this is very important because we want to go ahead and see if this guy can help us move a giant boulder out of the way. I'm the Goron who sells the powder keg, the most famous product of the Gorons. Want a powder keg? Powder keg explode with powerful blasts and are very dangerous. Until I've tested you to see if you can use them properly, I can't let you use any on your own. Will you give it a try? Sure. If you can destroy the boulder that blocks the entrance to the Goron racetrack near here, using the powder keg that I'm about to give you, then I'll approve you to carry them. When the powder keg begins ticking faster, it means that it's about to explode. Try to blow up the boulder blocking the Goron racetrack entrance without the powder keg exploding on the way. There's a sign near the racetrack, so keep an eye out for it. When you're finished, come see me. Alright, will do. So, let's go ahead and pick this thing up. And one thing to note about the powder keg here is that a Goron is the only one who can use this. So we can't pick this up as a human or as a Deku. It's too heavy. So we gotta stay as a Goron for this. But we don't have much time. This thing is ticking down, and we can see the fuse here getting shorter and shorter as time goes on. So we need to book it over to that racetrack as fast as we can to use this powder keg on that boulder, as we only have the one. Until we get permission to carry these things in our pockets, we have to carry it above our heads. So let's be careful with this thing. And let's not drop it in a place where we can't reach, because that would really suck. Like the water. Let's not drop it in the water, because that would be a problem. Gotta be careful in this section for that reason, because of all these enemies around me. I'm gonna just go ahead and backwalk here, just so I don't have to deal with anything. Get out of here quicker. And I'm gonna do the same thing here. Oh, well, that Waffles really didn't want me to do anything here. Oh, really? Thanks for dropping that game. Sometimes the slope can barely be an issue there near the ledge. And then you just drop your powder keg. You gotta be careful when that happens, because I don't want to drop this in the water. As mentioned earlier, then this thing is a waste. So we don't want that. Go ahead, pick up the powder keg again here. And we're pretty much at the end of our ropes here. We're ready to go ahead and just put this right in front of that boulder and open up the racetrack. But one issue I have with the powder kegs here is that they do take a while to blow up. So we're going to be sitting here for a little bit as we see that fuse is just about down, but not really fully down. So I guess I'll just wait here for a minute. How you doing here, kid? Enjoying the night sky? It does look pretty nice out here with all of these stars. That moon, on the other hand, doesn't really look that nice. Oh, the thing's ticking faster. It's about ready to explode. So let's go ahead and crouch here so we don't die. Which puts up our shield as a Goron is just our back, which is a little more spiky. Looks very interesting. Thing's ticking even faster, so it's ready to blow, and there it goes. Way to go, Damani. That was cool. Come on, if we don't hurry, the race will start. Come on, hurry. So we could go into the races right now, but we just blew up that boulder with the powder keg, and we were told as soon as we do that, we want to go back over to where the powder keg shop is, because now we want to go ahead and tell the results of our test. We want to say we passed it with flying colors, as we blew that thing up without dropping the powder keg anywhere else. One thing to note, if you do fail this, and you do drop the powder keg without blowing up that boulder, then you can get another powder keg for free here from the powder keg shop. They'll just give you another one and say just try again. So, luckily, you don't need to be perfect. If you do fail, you do have to redo everything, sadly, but you do get another shot at this, which is nice. It looks like you managed to succeed. Knowing your skills, I feel fine letting you handle powder kegs on your own. It was bad of me to put you through such a dangerous test. I want you to take this as an apology. So now we get ourselves a powder keg. So now we can go ahead, press the C button, light up, and then press the button again to place it down. But be careful. Its sheer power and size are immense. Make it the strongest bomb in the game. Powder kegs are very volatile, so you can carry only one at a time. If you shoot them with an arrow, they'll explode as soon as they're hit. So be careful. Well, that's good to know. As soon as we shoot it with an arrow, then they instantly blow up, which is a very nice thing, because as you've seen, those things take forever to explode. So we don't have to wait around for that anymore. We can just shoot an arrow now that we know this. Thank you. But also, as mentioned, we can only carry one powder keg at a time. So unfortunately for us, we can't really. Nice bounce there, Goron. Getting through the section rolling is a little awkward, as we can tell. But as I was trying to say, we can fail again. I can't make it back over here without dying. As I'm trying to say for a third time in a row, we can only carry one powder keg at a time. So we gotta make our powder keg usages count. We can't just use these things willy-nilly on enemies, because if we do, we have to constantly come back and buy more powder kegs. So only use these things when needed. And luckily, we don't need them all the time in the game, but you do need to get the powder keg license, as they are required to beat the game, and we'll be seeing that used later. But for now, let's go ahead and talk to our little baby friend here and see what's going on. Ah, Darmani, I've been waiting for you. See, everyone's restless because they can't wait to enter. You're gonna enter, aren't you? You're gonna enter, aren't you? I don't know. I don't really feel confident after falling in the lake a couple times. Maybe I'll sit this one out. You used to like racing more than you like gobbling up a third helping of rock sirloin. But the money I know would never back out of a race. I hate it. I wanna watch you race. I wanna. Okay, fine. If you don't cry again, I'll race. Okay, I didn't mean to take off the mask. What do you say as a human? Goron races that honor the coming of spring are about to begin. It's a really, really cool race, so you should watch it. Once you see these Gorons race, you'll wish you were born a Goron. Well, luckily for you, I am now a Goron. Please let me enter. Let's not hit the C button by accident. Let's go ahead and accept. You have to. I want to show everyone how Darmani races. If your magic power runs low, charge it up with the green jars on the course. And luckily, just by entering, we get a full refill on our magic power, because we're gonna need it. So, I'm gonna do something that looks a little bit goofy here. On the countdown, I'm gonna roll backwards here to charge up my spikes, and as soon as it says go, ask that starting line. If you pass the starting line before it says go, you'll be penalized. And have to do it again. So just wait for go, because when you're trying to go beforehand, you're not doing anything. The race will just reset. Don't waste your time. I find this race a lot easier when you have double magic, as now we don't have to worry about our magic draining out nearly as fast. But that doesn't make this race easy. This race is a pain to deal with. These Gorons are very, very, very stupid on their rubber band AI. These things snap back harder than a natural rubber band. So as soon as you get far up, you'll feel like there's 3 or 4 Gorons on your tail, and that's probably because there are 3 or 4 Gorons on your tail. These guys catch up very quick, but if they are in front of you, they will slow down a lot too, so that does help out a lot when you're further behind. But that doesn't make this race any easier. In fact, if we look at our mini-map, we can see 2 guys are right on our tail, and we're near the end of the race, so this could still be a photo finish. These guys can still overtake us, and let's not have that happen, please. Thank you. I would have sucked if they overtook me here at the end, because I would have had to redo the whole race. That was great. I knew you were the fastest Goron, Darmani. I was sure you'd get first place. This is from Daddy. It's the prize. So for winning first place in the Goron races, we get a bottle of gold dust. This is the finest quality available. I want to be just like you. Quick. One important thing to note about our bottle of gold dust is that it's a new bottle, so that makes our second bottle in the game. Or third version if you're following along at this point in the 3DS version of Majora's Mask, thanks to the extra bottle we got back in Woodfall. So now with our new bottle of gold dust, we're going to head back over to the mountain village, as we were told by the blacksmith if we have a bottle of gold dust, they can upgrade our razor sword again, making it even stronger. And we definitely want that, because as we've already learned, the razor sword here can only take up to 100 hits. But we don't know how many hits it has left, because the game doesn't tell us. So that kind of sucks. We definitely want to upgrade this sword so we don't have to worry about that 100 hit counter anymore, and that's what we're going to be doing. First things first, I'm going to punch these boulders out with Goron here, because doing so gives me a red rupee. And that's pretty much it. I just want to showcase that because those boulders there can only be destroyed as a Goron. They're too thick, and because of that, bombs can't blow them up. Oh, a customer? Gabor, fetch our customer some coffee, quick like. Now then, let me take a look at your sword. Hey, that's a mean joke. Your sword has already been forged into a razor sword. Unless, do you want me to make your sword stronger? To do that, I'll need gold dust. Do you have any? Conveniently for us, yes we do. Why, if it isn't gold dust, and it's even top quality? Even if I use it to reforge your sword, there'll still be some left. Alright, just for you, I'll do this for free. But don't tell anyone. Thanks for dropping in. Now then, I'm straight off to work. Come back tomorrow morning. Well, we don't have to wait too long for tomorrow morning to come, because we are Time Lords after all. Let's go ahead and play the song in double time and immediately make it dawn of the third day. Alright, let's see if our sword's made. Hello, smiths. Are you done with my sword yet? I kept you waiting, but it's done. See? Our razor sword has now been strengthened once again. Now, it's a gilded sword. Newly forged, your sword is better than ever and will never break. There it is. We can't make a sword stronger than that. No matter how many times you use it, it will never lose its edge. Try it. Oh, I used up most of the gold dust. Just a tiny bit was left, so I got rid of it for you. So there we go. When we got our sword upgrade once again to make an even stronger sword with an even bigger reach. The gilded sword. This here is way better than the razor sword because as that description says, this sword cannot break. So now we don't have to worry about swinging this thing around anymore. Unlike the razor sword, this thing has durability. So we'll keep this sword forever, which is great. Now let's go ahead and make our way over to Clock Town, as there's one more thing I want to do before we travel back in time with the Song of Time. Now that we have the Goron mask, we can go ahead and play ourselves another round of the treasure shop game. And we want to definitely do that as Goron because we don't know what his prize is, so let's go ahead and play a round of the treasure shop game here. Well, aren't you a fit fellow? Want to play? For you, it's 30 rupees. Sure thing. If you can make it all the way to the treasure chest and open it within the time limit, I'll give you a special prize. Finding out what's inside is half the fun. Are you ready? Here's hoping we got a good pattern with our maze here. As Goron Link, we can roll around making this a little bit quicker. Doesn't make this game any easier, really. Did we actually just make it? Wow, that was a really good pattern. That was like 10 seconds. I don't think I got a pattern like that in a long time. I'm very happy about that. Specifically because doing this game as a Goron gives you a piece of heart. So if you're really caring about the big prize here in the treasure chest stop, play it as a Goron because you'll simply get the best prize this place can offer. Did you have fun? Won't you try again? For you, it's 30 rupees. I'm good, thanks. Oh, really? Yes, really. There's no reason to play this again. I'm good. We're ready to go ahead and travel back in time now, but I'm going to do one thing real fast, and that's giving me a full wallet here to deposit money in the bank. So here we are in front of the entryway here to Milk Road, and we got our little bird friend here I want to go ahead and kill for its 200 rupees. Now specifically, I'm doing this here now with the fire arrows because with the fire arrows, this bird goes down really fast. All we gotta do is just shoot this guy a couple times with our fire arrows here as they do double the damage of a normal arrow, and this guy will go down in no time at all. 6 arrow shots will kill our little bird thief here, giving us its orange rupee. So if you want an easy way to kill this guy, then use fire arrows. It makes things so much better. Also right here, as a Goron Link, you get 5 rupees by jumping over that log. Woo. Not really that impressive, honestly, but hey, it's a thing we can do. Figured I'd mention it as we're here. Let's go ahead and make our way over to the bank, deposit our money, and travel back in time. Speaking of which, there is one thing I need to mention about traveling back in time at this point with our different swords. At this point, our Gilded Sword will never transform back into the Kokiri Sword. It's always going to be fully upgraded now. But if you had the Razor Sword on the other hand, that's a different story. If we travel back in time right now, with the Razor Sword, it would revert back to the Kokiri Sword when we start Dawn of the first day. So you can't keep Razor, only Gilded. Kinda sucks, but that is something I need to note before we travel back in time. So now with all that said, with our money deposited into the bank, with our sword fully upgraded, and with another dungeon out of the way, we're gonna go ahead and end things here. Next time on Let's Play Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, we'll go ahead and use a new powder keg to open up more areas here in Termina for us. I'll see you guys next time.